Hey, welcome back. We're the Kanpai guys. We Kanpai, so you don't have to.
Unless you want to.
Today we have our very first gin review, the Suntory Sui.
I've had this gin a few times before. I think it came out in the last year or so.
Yes, that's right. It came out in March of 2020. Kind of looks like the kind of branding you would see on like a really high-end like designer water bottle.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Like that Coca-Cola water, right?
Yeah, or like the Fiji water or whatever.
That's what I mean. That's Coca-Cola, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
Jeez, I didn't know that. Yeah, for me, I saw it around for a while, like probably a good year before I actually picked it up and tried it. My first impression of it, other than looking like a high-end bottled water, was it was kind of targeted towards women.
Yeah.
If you look at the advertising for Sui Gin, they have a lot of female actors or actresses, on their posters or in their commercials for this gin.
And it's like a very elegant kind of colouring and labelling.
Yeah. Suntory supposedly was trying to make a new type of gin with this sui.
I think with the flavouring, right? I mean, with the flavouring.
Yes.
Yeah. The ingredients they're using, maybe.
They're kind of labeling it as a Japanese gin. So, other than the typical ingredients in, your typical gin, this one here includes 3 unique ingredients that kind of make it a Japanese gin, I guess you could say. Do you know what those are?
I know one of them is green tea.
That's right, yes.
Matcha.
Yeah.
So that one stood out to me when I first bought it.
So this has green tea flavors infused in it. It has ginger. Yeah. It also has yuzu.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a citrus fruit found in Japan.
Very popular citrus fruit. So
yes.
It's not going to have like a strong yuzu taste, which would overwhelm it, I think. It's going to be like some kind of umami from yuzu, I'm imagining.
Oh, right. Before we started this review, we were talking about the Sui Gin. We kind of discovered that we've been enjoying this in slightly different ways.
That might be to do because I'm from England.
So in my case, I've just been following what was recommended by Suntory. They really push drinking this with soda water. Yeah. Specifically, they recommend 1 part gin and 3 parts soda. Though you drink it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I drink it with tonic, of course. So
okay.
It's gin. So.
Okay. right.
Yeah, until I came to Japan, I never had gin soda. And when I first moved to Japan, it was actually very difficult to buy tonic. You could only find tonic in like a alcohol supply store, like supplying bars and restaurants.
Yeah.
You couldn't find tonic in a supermarket.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can find soda water here, like anywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But even now, you can actually not find tonic in many supermarkets. I had to go to a specific supermarket to get tonic.
Yeah. Like I was telling you earlier, I think I've actually never purchased tonic in Japan before.
I think the reason I thought they were serving it as soda is because you couldn't get tonic.
Suntory was thinking with this. They wanted to market it as something to drink, alongside those highball drinks.
Certainly because soda is more easily available. They don't want to limit their customer base. So, you can get this gin and you don't need tonic. You can enjoy it with soda as well. Oh,
by the way, the name Sui. What does this mean?
I thought it was a word. So this is a little confusing because someone told me it was a word for this bird that somebody designed. Apparently this bird is called a sui.
Yeah, so I looked it up and sui can mean jade in Japanese. like Jade, like the emerald.
Mm.
I guess it's green in color. So if you look at it, like it's kind of tinged in this like bluish green hue. I guess we have to mention this is not Suntory's first gin release either in recent years. They also have the Suntory Roku, which came out a few years ago, I believe. However, this one was released like smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, so I guess we'll see what their plans are for exporting this later.
For Japanese gin, this one is quite reasonably priced. So we talked about the bottle looking expensive, but it's not an expensive gin.
It's not very reasonable.
It's about 1,300 yen, isn't it? Something like that, 1,200 yen.
I think it's about 1,500 yen.
Maybe I bought it in Don Quixote. So we're going to do a comparison today between my way and your way, or Suntory's way, I guess. Let's see, is it my way or the highway? Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Check out the soda.
Cool. Kanpai. Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Very flavorful.
Yeah, immediately the gin taste is there.
Yeah.
It's not washed away by the soda.
It's a very
very clean.
like clean,
pure.
pure, like a naturally sweet, like aromatic flavor to it.
I get the botanical taste.
Yeah.
That I get with most gins.
Yeah.
But it's not as strong as like a Hendrix or that kind of really strong English gin.
I can taste the yuzu, and I can taste the green tea. Yeah, it's really good. I love this with soda water.
Me too.
I think the most surprising thing for me is for how like delicious this tastes. It's 0 carbs.
I imagine Japanese drinking this with like chilled cucumber or something like that.
That would be a good match. Now, in Suntory's commercial for this gin, they have people kanpaiing like at an izakaya. I think Suntory is pushing this as like a alternative to highballs, like whiskey highballs. You can drink them like whenever.
I actually had this in a okonomiyaki restaurant recently.
I cannot imagine this going well with okonomiyaki.
They were pushing it as a setuchi lemon sui gin highball. So it was this gin with like freshly squeezed Hiroshima lemon and soda.
To me, it tastes like there's sugar in it. That flavored water stuff they sell.
Really?
Like it's like
orange water.
Yeah, orange water, or this tastes much more legit than any of that. I also have to say, straight on the nose, it just smells really good.
It's definitely also a nice bottle to have like in the corner of the room as well. Really pushing the Japanese-ness of this gin, I think. But they should be selling this internationally as well, right? I'm assuming you can buy it overseas.
So I checked on Amazon America and I couldn't find it listed.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's too new.
How many kanpais?
9 kanpais.
Me too, 9. Yep. 9 kanpais. Easy 9.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised how well this goes with the soda.
To me, it tastes sweet.
Yeah, it has sweetness enough, and tonic has sweetness.
Just how it is,
so.
yeah.
Okay, next we're going to try it out the British way, I guess. Classically with tonic, so...
I'm going to try it the Queen's way.
Queen's way. The Queen could be wrong.
Kanpai. It's got a much more bitter taste to it.
Yeah.
And there's more of a sweetness there. The sweetness is like when you put like a sugar cube on your tongue. Like raw sugar sweetness.
Yeah. I think a lot of English people like the bitterness of gin and tonic. Like I want to drink something that's refreshing and then like a little bit dry on the mouth.
That's a good word, dry. Yes.
Dry.
Suntory Sui Tonic version is much drier than the soda water.
Do you think you're losing the sweet taste?
Yeah, I think all of the subtleties that can be found in this gin are lost when mixed with tonic. It's just kind of, tonic. Gin and tonic. Wow, I'm really surprised by that.
I think my nationality is like confusing me, so this could be any gin.
I agree.
It could be Beefeater it could be Hendrix, it could be any gin.
I've had my fair share of gin.
Yeah.
Gin tonics, and
certainly more like the more unusual gins, like the really botanical ones, you can taste the difference, even when you mix it with tonic.
Yeah.
But this is a very subtle tasting gin.
Yeah.
So, and it's a little bit getting washed away by the tonic. It's almost like if you took like a very nice nihonshu, a sake, and then you just mixed it with some like tap water or something.
Oh, God. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised, like now having tried the gin tonic version of this, I'm surprised Suntory doesn't like actively say we don't recommend this with tonic. It's that much different.
I guess it's just because gin and tonic is such an iconic drink.
Starting to understand this gin now. It's really designed to be an alternative to whiskey highballs and to chuhais, basically. Right.
It's way nicer than a chuhai.
Yeah, this is not meant to really compete with gin tonics and other gins, I think.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
They should almost label this like Suntory Sui Gin, the soda gin or something.
If they really push this internationally, I think they might have to do that. So how many kanpais would you give the tonic sweet?
I still like it. I think it's like I lost a bit, so 7 kanpais.
7? Okay. I'd give it...
I think my Britishness is going to add like 2 kanpais above you. So I think I'm going to give it like 5 or
I was thinking
6.
5 or 6. I'm leaning towards 5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not awful, but I just feel like it's a shame because everything unique about this gets kind of washed away.
Yeah. Yeah. My love for gin tonics is adding 1 kanpai. Interesting taste test though, it's completely different. So
Yeah.
when you drink them directly next to each other, it's much easier to tell the difference.
Yeah.
For sure.
This was very worthwhile. Overall, would you recommend the Suntory Gin Sui?
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
Me too. Hell yeah.
And in fact, if you were kind of buy any Japanese liquor, this would be like really high on my list of recommendations.
I think so too. It's very unique.
Probably my top 10 easily. My top 10.
It's very Japanese. If you lived back in England or somewhere else where this was an import, or if it was harder to come by, what is the most you would pay for a bottle?
That's interesting you say that because English gin is way more expensive in England than Japan.
Yeah, whiskey seems to be the same way.
I think this would be similarly priced to the regular English gins.
I see.
So I would buy it often. But yeah, I definitely recommend getting it if you find it in England. How much do you think Suntory will charge for this in America?
I'm thinking like the $30 range, $25 or $30.
Really? Wow.
I would pay like $25 for it.
You can see this being offered on like A&A, like some kind of A&A menu or something.
Yeah. As always, thank you guys for tuning in for our reviews. And if you liked what you saw, please leave us a like and a comment. If you're not subscribed yet, please join us. We release new reviews every week.
If you want to subscribe easily, there'll be a watermark down here. And please hit the bell notification for any for updates when we release a new video. See you next time.
Until next time.
Cheers.
See ya.